round are we on? Hello, everyone. This is Attorney Andre McKinney Dorval, licensed immigration attorney. Guys, first off, I hope everyone is doing well. What round are we on? And by that, I mean, in this legal battle with regards to birthright citizenship coming to an end by executive order, the Trump administration, as well as the plaintiffs, have been fighting vigorously. And on July 23rd, that fight made its way to the appeals court deciding that the executive order ending birthright citizenship is unconstitutional. Just a brief recap so that we know where we started, where we are, and where we're headed. On January 20th, the president signed the executive order ending birthright citizenship. On February 5th, a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction that was nationwide that blocked the executive order from going into effect. On June 27th, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that nationwide injunctions had to be limited in their scope. That ruling by the Supreme Court allowed the executive order to go into effect on June 27th in states that were not covered by the existing injunctions. On July 10th, a federal judge once more issued a new preliminary injunction that certified a nationwide class action for those newborn babies that would be affected by the executive order. And that judge, or that court rather, also blocked the executive order from being enforced once more, only this time against the certified class. Fast forward to July 23rd. The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled the birthright citizenship executive order is unconstitutional. It was a 2-1 ruling. And so this ruling on July 23rd, this marks the first time a court, with all the back and forth, a court has decided the issue on the underlying merits of the case. So what next? What next is that it is expected that the Trump administration is going to take an appeal from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court will be the ultimate decider as to whether or not the executive order is constitutional and can go into effect or unconstitutional. But there's more, guys. And let me share my screen so I can give you the heads up of what is currently going on. Now, on my screen, this is Senate Bill 304, Birthright Citizenship Act of 2025. Now, this Senate bill was introduced by Senator Graham out of the state of, I believe it's South Carolina. And so what this bill seeks to do is basically take the provisions of the Birthright Citizenship Executive Order and have a law passed that amends the Immigration Nationality Act that incorporates what the administration is trying to accomplish with, or through, I should say, the executive order. And so here, we're just going to read it very briefly. This act may be cited as the Birthright Citizenship Act of 2025. That's Section 1. Section 2, citizenship at birth for certain persons born in the U.S. Section 301 of the Immigration Nationality Act is amended by inserting in general before the following. Let's go down, adding. Okay, we've got a definition section. Acknowledging the right of birthright citizenship established by Section 1 of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, a person born in the United States shall be considered subject to the jurisdiction of the United States for purposes of subsection A1 if the person is born in the United States of parents, one of whom is a citizen or national of the United States, 2, an alien lawfully admitted for permanent residence in the United States, whose residence is in the United States, And I'm just reading verbatim, guys, what the language states in the proposed Senate bill. 3, an alien in lawful status performing active service in the armed forces as defined in Section 101 of Title 10 United States Code. And then it goes on to indicate applicability. The amendment made by subsection A3 shall not be construed to affect the citizenship or nationality status of any person born before the date of the enactment of this. Right now, I believe this Senate bill, I believe it's in the Senate Judiciary Committee. And so, like everything else, if this bill is passed, makes it out of committee, and then passed by the Senate, it will then be sent to the House. The House could amend it, vote on that portion or that version, I should say, of the bill, and then present it to the president. But before all of that happens, guys, there's going to be a lot in between time because this is a very controversial topic. And without a doubt, the legislation itself will be and is a controversial legislation for the very same reason that the Trump administration and the plaintiffs are litigating the case now. Whatever the outcome with regards to the Supreme Court, if they grant hearing the case, we will update you on that. And likewise, any movement on this proposed Senate bill, we will keep you apprised. But I wanted to share that with you because this fight, whatever round we're on, is far from over. I do want to thank you all for watching the video, and certainly thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Again, guys, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.